Hey everyone, it's Branko from the crypto team here at Ainsley, coming at you with another crypto spotlight video. And today we're going to be looking at a controversial new NFT platform that's really taking the space by storm at the moment called SudoSwap. We won't just be discussing how it works, the benefits, the risks of the platform, but we're also going to be looking at a possible opportunity for you and me to earn free tokens by being an early user. No, this isn't a scam. This is really how all these platforms work. We have the ability to earn free tokens. And if we get the right one, we pick the right platform, we can do very well. So we're going to be looking at that and formulating a strategy about how to best go about getting those free tokens. Quick disclaimer, none of this is financial advice, so just tread with caution. But let's really get into it now. So this is SudoSwap here. And a bit of background about why it's different before we really get into it is because these typical NFT platforms are peer-to-peer usually, right? So if I have an NFT, I want to sell it, I need a buyer on the other end, someone who's going to buy it from me, and vice versa. It needs to be two people doing a transaction together. But with SudoSwap, they utilize what's called liquidity pools. And basically what a liquidity pool is a smart contract that allows us to transact between two different assets, right? So we'll delve a little bit more into that to explain it better. So to start, basically this is probably the best way to describe a liquidity pool. In this case, it's where I could deposit, NFTs in a certain collection. Then I could deposit Ethereum, which is usually the other token that's used in this case. And then when people trade between those, I earn the spread, like the trading fee, right? So, I can effectively earn like a small income just from having NFTs and Ethereum and then people trading within that pool. So if someone wants to buy an NFT, for example, if I wanted to buy this one, Zorbs by Zora, I could go here, buy it 0.028, and then I could immediately sell it at 0.027. Before we enter NFT platforms, you have to list it. You can't just automatically buy and sell, but in this one, you can. It's a whole new kind of way of looking at NFTs. So we'll quickly look at some stats around SudoSwap and why it's doing quite well. So this is protocol revenue. So it's been steadily increasing, and then we kind of jumped an insane amount the past couple of weeks. Earning quite decent revenue numbers, 108,000 in total, and then 9,000 going to the treasury. So the protocol is earning money, right? It's not some kind of Ponzi. There is like a physical, monetary element that's going back to the protocol. Quick look at transaction volume, and we'll see here. Similarly, it just spiked up insane amounts the past week or so. So it's kind of getting a lot of traction in the space. The main talking point around it is that there's no royalty fees, right? So in kind of traditional platforms like OpenSea, they have a royalty fee, which means that the artist can earn anywhere between, let's say, 1 and 10% on their NFT each time it's traded. So if I sell it to you for 1 ETH, they could get 0.1 of that, and I'd get 0.9. But that was a popular thing because artists were kind of always tied to their NFT, so they could kind of earn an income off its trading. But SudoSwap changes that, and there's no royalties, so it's much cheaper for the user, but obviously to the detriment of the artist. So this is kind of where the big debate is going around. Personally, I think it's an advantage for SudoSwap because in a free market, we're all going to flock to what the cheapest is, right? So sadly for the artists, if someone's going to have it with a royalty fee and the other person isn't, you're going to buy the one where there's no royalty fee. So I think that's why it has this edge over OpenSea. Other edges it has over platforms is, its fee is only about 0.5%. Its user fee for OpenSea, it's about 2.5, so it's 2% less than OpenSea. I'm not saying SudoSwap is going to overtake OpenSea. I'm just kind of comparing it to what would be considered the market leader in this NFT platform space. So the other advantage is instant liquidity, like we discussed earlier, right? You can buy and sell straight away. Just there's no need to wait. Just bang, bang, in and out. Very, very easy. The last advantage would be, I think we discussed earlier, that you could earn income from starting your own pool. And, you know, there's a lot of new opportunities around, like a lot of new doors opened up with earning income from having your own pool, the instant buying and selling. It's kind of a whole new wave of NFT trading that we haven't seen yet. So this is why I'm quite kind of bullish on this platform. But there are some negatives that I think need to be addressed, and the main one is a cultural movement against a lack of royalty fees. So I think that is a risk where people just reject it potentially, or artists just don't want to get involved because they don't get royalty fees. Now, even though personally, again, I think free market is going to dictate that pseudo-swap style is going to win. I think we will see some kind of rejection away from this no royalty model in the short term because artists will be quite mad, obviously. Some other negatives are the user face is a bit difficult to use. OpenSea is very easy and simple, but I think this can be quite difficult, especially to navigate, to start your own pool, to buy and sell. It's not as easy as OpenSea. And then also there's some smart contract risk as well. From my understanding, I think this has been audited. Not 100% sure. I need to double check that. And no one's had any problems with it yet, but you never know with these new platforms, right? So just tread with caution would be my advice. So we've kind of discussed positives, the negatives, what it is, how a liquidity pool works, why it's different. But the main reason I wanted to talk about it today was because of the airdrop opportunity. So that's this thing here, right? So PseudoSwap has actually already said that they're going to have a token called Pseudo, but there's a talk around their XMON holders being eligible, but there's a rumor floating that if you use the platform, you're going to be eligible as well. So the reason that these platforms have airdrops is to basically incentivize early users, right? So if they give you their token, you're going to probably use it on their platform. You're going to move away from your other NFT platforms to theirs. So think of it kind of like, when you start using Uber, you might get like a $20 voucher, right? Think about that, but on a much bigger scale, and there's much larger opportunity. You can earn quite serious money, as we're about to go into. We'll compare it to this most recent airdrop, which is Optimism. It's a layer 2. And if you hit all 6 of these tiers, you get a bonus of about 21,000. So you would earn over 25,000 tokens. And this token opened up at, I think, about $1.70. So we're talking about 40,000 US if you got everything right and got lucky. And I mean, the actual capital that you would have lost would have been just basically gas fees would have been negligible, right? So there's insane opportunity with these airdrop plays, but there is kind of a tier system. So we're going to be looking at, how are we going to break it up into tiers? And I think this is kind of a good starting point. So, just using the platform, okay, that's an obvious one. Using it, during 4 or more unique weeks. So kind of breaking up your uses into a similar thing. And then different elements within Optimism we don't have to get into, but there's going to be using the platform, maybe using it over an extended period of time, and then kind of engaging in the unique aspects of the platform. So to formulate a strategy, what I'm going to be doing is basically I'm going to be starting out buying NFTs with F, selling them, and then having my own pool, right? That's kind of the big draw of the platform. I think that's going to be the big thing, the big way people are going to use it. So I'll be doing those 3. I'll be looking at the OTC and potentially doing an OTC trade there. Again, for minimal capital, right? I'm not trying to actually make money and beat the market. I'm just trying to get transaction volume and transaction use. So in the event of an airdrop, we'll be doing quite well. So any other, if anything else gets introduced, they're probably the 3 or 4 main things right now I'm going to be using just to use the platform. But any other elements that get added, I'll be looking at those as well. And then in terms of which NFTs I'm actually going to be trading, it's going to be ones with very small spread, right? So this one here, Floaties Pool, it's got a large volume. So it's almost, in my opinion, it's almost like people are just using this to be eligible for the airdrop, right? People are just trading it probably in and out. So it says the spread is 0, but it's probably just a rounding error. I mean, if it is 0, great, but I'm not sure. Don't know how they would make money, the liquidity provider on this one. But I mean, this is actually a good example. So if it was 0, I'll just trade back and forth in these a couple of times, probably once a week for 4 weeks to match the optimism example. And then get Ethereum, keep one, and then start a pool with it. That's how I'm going to be attacking this, just trying to really just cover all my bases in hope that there is an airdrop that they do to incentivize users, in which case, hopefully we'll get as many tokens as we can. So, I'm very excited about this opportunity. It's really, again, minimal capital investment. You're just going to be paying a small spread on a cheap NFT and some gas fees. I think for $50, $100, it's worth, an educated guess opportunity, especially because they've already confirmed there is a token, right? So we're not guessing; they've literally confirmed it. So, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Ainsley, and keep track on our other social medias on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We've got a lot more content coming. Got bullion content as well, not just crypto. A lot of macroeconomic content. The insights video. Got a lot of good quality content coming up. So please subscribe, stay updated, and looking forward to seeing you guys the next one. Have a great day. Bye.